The year is 2001. Tata Motors, the crown jewel of India's oldest and most respected industrial empire, is on the verge of collapse. Its trucks are outdated, its cars are irrelevant, and the company is hemorrhaging cash. Losses are piling up. Analysts are writing its obituary. But one man refuses to let it die. Ratan Tata, the soft-spoken yet iron-willed chairman, sees not a corpse, but a patient in critical need of surgery. What followed wasn't just a product launch or a marketing campaign. It was one of the most daring, brilliant, and controversial financial turnarounds in corporate history. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're dissecting exactly how Ratan Tata and his team performed a financial miracle, saving Tata Motors from the abyss and setting it on a path to become the global automotive giant it is today. To appreciate the turnaround, we have to understand just how dire the situation was. First, the product problem. In the early 2000s, Tata Motors was known for its rugged trucks and not much else. Their passenger cars, like the Indica and the Sierra, were plagued with quality issues. They were seen as cheap, not value for money. Meanwhile, competitors like Maruti Suzuki and new foreign entrants like Hyundai were eating their lunch with superior, reliable products. Second, and more critically, the financial crisis. By 2001, the company was drowning in debt. It had posted a loss of over 500 crore, about $100 million at the time, its first ever annual loss. Its credit rating was junk grade. The stock price was in the gutter. They were stuck in a vicious cycle, no money to invest in new products, which led to falling sales, which led to even less money. The company was on life support. Ratan Tata knew that incremental changes wouldn't work. He needed a radical, multi-pronged financial strategy. And it had 3 core pillars. The first order of business was to stop the bleeding. You can't build for the future if you're hemorrhaging in the present. Ratan Tata and his team implemented a brutal efficiency drive dubbed the turnaround strategy. This wasn't about asking employees to use one less paperclip. This was deep structural change. Supply chain revolution. They renegotiated contracts with hundreds of suppliers, demanding better rates and higher quality. They consolidated vendors to gain economies of scale, manufacturing efficiency. They implemented Japanese-style lean manufacturing principles, drastically reducing waste and inventory costs on the factory floor. Workforce rationalization. In a controversial but necessary move, they offered a voluntary retirement scheme, VRS. Thousands of employees took it, significantly reducing the bloated wage bill without forced layoffs, which preserved morale. The results were staggering. Within 2 years, they slashed costs by over 1,200 crore. They were no longer bleeding cash. The patient was stabilized, but stability wasn't the goal. Growth was. And for that, they needed capital. With the company stabilized, Tata needed money to fund his ambitious vision for new world-class products. But with junk-grade credit, borrowing was expensive. The solution? Look within the vast Tata Group empire. This led to one of the most masterful financial moves: strategic divestment. Tata Motors wasn't an island. It was part of a huge conglomerate. Ratan Tata decided to sell a portion of the company's valuable stake in its crown jewel subsidiary, Tata Steel. By selling a small piece of these profitable assets, Tata Motors raised hundreds of millions of dollars. This was genius for 2 reasons. It provided the crucial capital needed for R&D without taking on debilitating debt. It sent a powerful signal to the market. The Tata Group was fully behind saving Tata Motors. They were putting their money where their mouth was. This restored confidence. It was a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. They were selling a piece of the family silver to buy the tools to build a new, even bigger silverware set. Now, with the bleeding stopped and a war chest secured, it was time for the audacious bets. This is where Ratan Tata's vision truly shone. He didn't just want to compete, he wanted to redefine the market. He pursued 2 seemingly opposite strategies simultaneously. Bet number 1, the Nano, the people's car, the most famous bet. Bet number 2, Jaguar Land Rover, the premium play. Just a few months after the Nano's unveiling, Tata Motors did the unthinkable. In 2008, for $2.3 billion, they acquired 2 of the most iconic but struggling British luxury brands, Jaguar and Land Rover from Ford. The financial world was stunned. How could the company that made the world's cheapest car also run the world's most prestigious marquise? Critics called it insanity, but Ratan Tata saw what others didn't. Global reach, instant access to premium markets in the US and Europe, advanced technology. JLR had the engineering and design expertise Tata Motors lacked, a financial engine. Luxury brands have high profit margins. A successful JLR could become a cash cow to fund the entire company's future. It was a breathtaking hedge. The Nano would dominate volume at the bottom, and JLR, so did it work? The results speak for themselves. The cost-cutting returned the company to profitability by 2003. The Nano, while ultimately a commercial failure due to production delays and marketing missteps, achieved its goal of showcasing revolutionary innovation. But the real home run was JLR. After initial struggles during the 2008 financial crisis, Tata Motors invested heavily in JLR, launching stunning new models like the Range Rover Evoque. JLR became incredibly profitable, generating the vast majority of Tata Motors' profits for years and funding the development of a new generation of successful Tata cars like the Tiago, Nexon, and Harrier. From a near-bankrupt truck maker to a global automotive powerhouse with a portfolio from affordable to ultra-luxury, it was a complete transformation. Text on screen. The key financial lessons. 1. Stabilize before you grow. Fix your core first. 2. Asset rationalization is a tool. Sell non-core assets to fund your future. 3. Think long-term and be bold. Don't be afraid of contrarian, visionary bets. 4. Diversify your revenue. Don't rely on a single product or market. Would deliver profits at the top. Ratan Tata's turnaround of Tata Motors is a case study in visionary leadership and financial ingenuity. It wasn't about a single trick, but a coordinated strategy. Cut costs relentlessly, raise capital creatively, and bet big on a dual vision for the future. It teaches us that no company is ever too far gone if it has the courage to make tough decisions and the clarity to see a better future. What do you think? Was the JLR acquisition the smartest move, or was it too big a risk? Let's discuss in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into business strategy, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next one. Thanks for watching.